after so long. So
18 years.
18 years. So it'll be interesting to see how this fares. But with that, let's now move on and get some corporate conversations going. I'm going to invite our first guest on the show now. GMM Pfaudler, the glass line equipment maker, is set to acquire Mixel France SAS in a deal worth over 60 crore rupees. The company's Chief Executive Officer, Aseem Joshi, joins us now to speak more about the latest acquisition, as well as the company's business outlook going forward. Aseem, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. This is Pavitra. So, if you could take us first just through the deal a little bit, how do you think it will really enhance things for you from here?
Good morning, Pavitra. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, it's an exciting time to be at GMM Pfaudler. We have been a company that's grown very well in recent times. Historically, we've been known as a glass line equipment manufacturer serving the chemical and pharmaceutical industries. That's an area that we've been, historically been very strong in. But in recent times, we've expanded our portfolio of offerings to broaden it to offer products that are relevant to our customers. So we have a portfolio in filtration and drying, mixing, sealing, etc. Now, this latest acquisition of Mixel in France, which we just announced last week, actually expands our offerings in two ways. One is there's a new range of products that we can bring to our customers, but also it diversifies our customer base beyond just chemical and pharma, because Mixel actually has expertise in serving the environment industries, biogas, and a few others. So it's exciting. We're really looking forward to enhancing our offerings to our customers. And keep in mind, Mixel has a strong presence in Europe and also in China, and these are areas that we currently do not cover with our mixing portfolio. So exciting times, as I said.
Okay, exciting times. Is there any part of this acquisition that will be funded by raising debt? And if yes, what would the debt on the books be?
No, this is all through internal accruals. We're not doing any fresh debt. Currently our debt to EBITDA ratio is about 1. So we feel very comfortable that we can service our debt
Okay. Got that. So no debt on the books, and you won't be raising more debt. But any more such acquisitions that you're looking at, and if yes, any kind of war chest that you have created perhaps over the next 1 to 2 years that you'd be deploying towards acquisitions?
Well, it's been a busy year for us from an acquisition standpoint. Before Mixel, there were 2 other bolt-on. There was one acquisition and one JV that we announced a couple of months back. The one bolt-on was for Hydro Air Research in Milan, Italy, which is a specialist in membrane separation, essentially filtration technologies. And then also a joint venture in the US, in Georgia, with a company called JDS, which really expands our ability to serve our customers in the southern part of the US with parts, and especially with meeting faster service expectations from them. We've also done one other major acquisition, which is of the Pfaudler Group. We sort of completed that process this year. So it's been a busy year. We're now focused on making sure the integrations happen correctly. At the same time, over the past few years, GMM Pfaudler has successfully acquired a number of companies. And so we continue to look at more options. But right now, our focus will be on integration. There might be 1 or 2 more that we do, but integration will be a focus.
So with the revenues that accrue from the acquisitions that you've made and plus the synergies, will you beat the FY25 guidance that you have given us? I think of revenues of 3,700 crore and an EBITDA of 630 crore by FY25. Will you do better? And if yes, what could be the extent of upward revision?
Yeah, so when we gave that guidance for FY25, that was about 3 months back, if I recall, that reflected a 14% CAGR on revenue and a 24% CAGR on EBITDA. Certainly times have changed since then. We feel very good about meeting that guidance. Right now, the way we view it is that we'll continue working towards that guidance, and once we meet that milestone, we will refresh it. But for now, that's the guidance we're going to stick to.
All right, you're sticking to that FY25 guidance. Aseem, you were just mentioning that, with Mixel coming in, you will get exposure to non-chemical, non-pharma kind of segments as well. Can you tell us how much that is likely to contribute to your business, and also the non-glass business? How much is it at right now?
Yeah, so regarding the second question on non-glass, so of our consolidated revenues, there's about 70% that comes off of our glass line business, which is both OE as well as service. So that leaves about 30% roughly that comes from non-glass, and that's been growing pretty quickly in the last couple of years. Mixel, as I said, will enhance that portfolio further and crucially give us exposure to other industries. We don't have a specific breakout to share right now, but suffice to say that we do expect this to grow faster than the rest of the business.
So the other industries that you're getting an exposure to, can you tell us a little bit about that, and where would your growth avenues be? Maybe not now, but a couple of years down the line.
Sure. So the thing about mixing is that it is a technology that has applications really in a very wide swath of industries. So mixing is required, of course, in chemical and pharma, which we are very good at, but also in things like oil and gas, pulp and paper, food and beverage, and also water, biogas, really a very wide range of industries. Now with Mixel, they have expertise in, as I said, the environmental solutions area, which is essentially water, both fresh as well as wastewater, and also biogas, right? And this is just to name a couple of the top ones that come to mind. That is an area, water is of course an important macro trend, I think, for the world and certainly for India. And we think we can bring some innovative solutions from our expanded portfolio now to customers, both here in India as well as internationally.
Okay, just one final question. I think last time we spoke to you, you did mention that, you will be taking some price hikes. Can you tell us if you've put into place any more price hikes?
Yeah, when I think the last time we talked was we were in a highly inflationary environment, especially around commodities, and those have been passed on. I think that thankfully the commodity price hike seems to be behind us. And so we feel, we're at a reasonable level where our cost increases have been passed on where possible. So no more actions currently, but, we watch the commodities and other costs very carefully.
Thank you very much for joining in, and all the very best for the next year as well. Look forward to chatting in 2023. That's GMM Pfaudler for you, saying that now the focus of the company is integrating the acquisitions that they've done, making it work for themselves. They're not planning to raise any debt to fund this acquisition, and they are confident about meeting their FY25 targets of, I think 3,700 crore of top line and 630 crore of an EBITDA. Once they achieve those milestones, they will look to refresh their FY25 guidance. Get into a break. Up next, we'll discuss what's buzzing in the commodity space. Manisha Gupta joins in as always.